So before we actually dive into today's video, I want to talk to you guys about the OneFootball app, because over the next couple of weeks I'm going to have loads of different player analysis videos coming to the channel, and all of them will be made using the OneFootball app, because the app is going to help me find out loads of different player statistics. On top of that, there's also loads of other cool features, such as highlights for things like Liga Portugal, La Liga and DFB Pokal. On top of that, if you are a resident using the app in the UK or in Ireland, then that means you get full coverage of the Indian Super League and also Serie A. And the coverage of the Serie A includes a game which you can watch for free live on the OneFootball app every single week. And this week it will be AC Milan at home to Spezia, a game stacked with so many different quality players. So I'm definitely going to be watching it. If you guys want to as well, then make sure to go in the description down below and use the link to download the OneFootball app today. Hey guys, welcome back to the AJ Analysis channel, where today we are talking about Lisandro Martinez, or the Butcher as you might want to refer to him. Manchester United's Argentinian centre-back who has made a massive difference to the way that Manchester United are defending. That is of course something that we'll discuss during the video, but we're also going to look at what he's doing for the team on the ball as well, in possession. Because Lisandro Martinez is affecting Manchester United in a positive way in almost every single aspect of the game. So that's what I want to talk about, because his form has been glowing, it really has. He's been just brilliant for Manchester United so far this season. And we're going to start off with things from a defensive side of view, because he's a centre-back. Of course, that's ultimately where you are judged. And I think what people don't necessarily always realise, or perhaps the casual fans don't always realise, is the effect that having someone like Lisandro Martinez has on the forwards from a defensive point of view. Now, just bear with me for a second here, because Lisandro Martinez is a very agile, but also a very quick, excellent accelerator, just a very, very quick centre-back. What this does is it means that Manchester United suddenly have the faith to push a bit further up the pitch. In the past, if United pushed really high up the pitch and Harry Maguire was in this position, United could quite easily get exposed in behind. With Lisandro Martinez in this area, that's not happening. So it allows United to push a bit higher up the pitch because they know they have recovery pace at the back, especially when he partners up with Varane. So that is the first impact he is having. He is allowing United to push higher up the pitch, which allows United to win the ball back quicker, which allows United to have more possession and hopefully therefore take control of the game. Lisandro Martinez's impact in terms of pressing high up the pitch is actually so significant, he has completed the most pressures out of every single Manchester United player in the Premier League this season. That shows that he is quickly getting into forwards in these areas and winning the ball back for his side. So let's say the opposition are able to beat the first phase of press and the ball ends up here in the striker's feet. That can sometimes be a problem. Sometimes a striker will drop into the midfield and now you get a bit of a 4 versus 3 situation in midfield. But with Lisandro Martinez being such an aggressive defender, it stops that from happening, and it's this reason that he's completing so many pressures in every game. Because every time that striker is coming deep to try and get the ball, Lisandro Martinez is there, and he's aggressive, he's assertive, he's sharp, and he's dominant with the way that he likes to defend, and very front-footed. And like I said, it's allowing Manchester United to win the ball in these areas and then play from there. Something else which I've been really impressed with the way that Lisandro Martinez has dealt with the ball and the adaptation to the Premier League in these areas, is his ability in the air. That big talking point, we all saw it, we all saw the mainstream pundits saying Lisandro Martinez is too short to play centre-back in the Premier League. And one thing I want to make clear is that he isn't great in the air. That is true, he isn't great in the air. And I'm seeing stats of good percentages of his aerial duel success. Misleading, because he doesn't necessarily go up for every duel. A lot of the time what you will see is that if he doesn't think he can win the duel, he often won't go up for it. And actually that isn't a criticism, it's very smart. There'll be situations like this where the opposition will go long up towards a big striker here, and rather than going and challenging him, getting beaten and leaving this gap in behind for his teammates to cover, he just sits off them. And it means this striker just kind of flicks the ball on, and then Lisandro Martinez is there to deal with the second ball. Or the ball might get flicked this way. And again, Lisandro Martinez is aggressive and assertive with the way that he defends, and we saw it for one of the goals in the game against Spurs. Lisandro Martinez being aggressive in the air on the second ball, not challenging the first ball, preparing himself for the second ball to then go and attack it and get his team on the front foot again. Of course, whilst we're saying all that, he has also had a big impact on the team defensively in deeper areas as well. Before we continue with the video, I want to talk to you guys about today's video sponsor, anythingfootball.net. You'll be able to find the link to anythingfootball.net in the description down below, and as you scroll through the website you will see how many great football boots they have from a load of different top brands. And honestly, some of these football boots are absolutely stunning. They're genuinely works of art. And I'll put some examples on screen here. You can see just how nice some of these boots are. They really, really are stunning. But if you want to check them out for yourself, then use the link in the description down below and head to anythingfootball.net. Now back to the video. This is probably the area where I think Lisandro Martinez gets scrutinised the most. It's almost like people are waiting for him to make a mistake in his own defensive third, so people can go, I told you so, I told you he wasn't tall enough to play in the Premier League. But as of yet, that hasn't happened, and it's because of his mentality and the way that he plays. So yes, again, there are strikers that are bigger than him, and actually, just going 1v1 in the jump, he doesn't win all of them. But it's just the aggressive nature with the way that he plays. He is always on the front foot. Players don't get a second. There is no second to breathe before you take a shot or before you go up for a header. Lisandro Martinez is just always there. So even if the ball is coming in from this wide area, and Lisandro Martinez isn't a favourite to win it, he will just always challenge it. And he is just constantly putting pressure on the opposition strikers. And again, that is backed up when we see that for Manchester United in the Premier League, he has the most clearances and also the most blocked shots. He is not giving strikers a second in the Manchester United penalty area. I've also been really impressed with the way that he's defended these channels. This was an area where I was expecting him to be good, and he's delivered really, really well. At times, Shaw can be pushed quite high down the left-hand side, so Martinez does need to come and defend these wide areas. Again, he's doing it brilliantly. He's using his strength to often shepherd the ball out for a goal kick for Manchester United, but when it isn't on and he can't let the ball roll out, he's also more than happy to just smash it into the stands, which might sound a bit odd. I actually don't mind that. Just clear your lines a little bit, get the ball away from danger, reset from there. From a defensive point of view, this guy is doing so much right for Manchester United, but he's also helping the team on the ball as well. So when Lisandro Martinez first signed to the club, this is one of the areas which I was really looking forward to seeing, because Manchester United have struggled to play their way out from pressure for some time now. Harry Maguire has always been a good centre-back on the ball, but actually under pressure, not so great. And I was really hoping Lisandro Martinez would change that. He has. Lisandro Martinez just brings a different quality to United on the ball, and I also even think that he's helped by the fact he's just left-footed. It just makes life so much easier when you're trying to pass the ball to the left-hand side. The angle with which you pass a ball is very different from the left foot to a right foot when it's to one side of the pitch. Down the middle of the pitch, it's a little bit different. But this dynamic of playing on the left-hand side and being left-footed is just so much more natural. The passing angles just open up a little bit better. It's genuinely, at times, only a few centimetres in it, but the way that it allows your teammate to then control the ball is just very different. For example, a right footer playing in this area, rolling the ball to Luke Shaw, he puts it on the back foot. A right footer in this area puts the ball onto Luke Shaw's back foot. When you are left footed in this situation, the shape of the pass is different. It's in front of you, allowing Luke Shaw, who is also left footed, to step onto the ball. So that is one way he is helping. Another way he is helping is actually just his confidence on the ball and his belief in his own ability. Something that United have probably lacked a little bit for the past couple of seasons. Not Lisandro Martinez. And what this does is it helps his teammates. Now, for example, a situation like this. Lisandro Martinez could easily play a quick pass into someone like Rashford here, or he could quickly move the ball to Rafa Varane. And at times people do want that, because people do like seeing quick passing football, of course they do. But what Lisandro Martinez is actually really good at, and we're kind of seeing it more and more as he's developing and adjusting to the Premier League, is taking a bit longer on the ball. And the benefit for doing that is that it creates space for someone else. Because if he takes ages on the ball here, this player from the opposition is eventually going to come press him. That then opens up the passing for someone else, the space for someone else to move into. So it's really unselfish, but again, really intelligent play. Lisandro Martinez, his brain just works, especially on the ball, a level above most defenders in world football at the moment. On the ball, he is just a genius. And again, it is helped by the fact that he's left-footed, even with passes into midfield. The way that a left-footed pass works here, imagine this is Lisandro Martinez's left foot, right? The ball is on his left side. If he passes a pass straight, look where it's going to go. Onto Christian Eriksen's right foot. Imagine Eriksen is facing him with pressure up the back here. It just works better. You can get it from Lisandro's left foot to Christian Eriksen's right foot. It just helps Manchester United so much more. And then, of course, he's also helping in more sustained possession higher up the pitch as well. The final thing I want to look at is Martinez's ability when progressing the ball. This is something that Martinez is very good at. He's a very good player on the ball. But actually, he actually isn't doing it quite as much as what I would like. He was certainly doing it more at Ajax. Yes, don't get me wrong, he is still doing it more than probably 95% of centre-backs in the Premier League. Getting forward passes into the feet of Ronaldo here, or in between the lines to Eriksen, or finding Rashford. But I actually just think, having watched him for Ajax, I actually still think he's got a level to go to, which for Manchester United and Erik Ten Hag and the whole team, Manchester United fans, is really exciting. Because like I said, already he's one of the best on the ball in the Premier League, if not the best. He's certainly top 3 in terms of passing the ball forward. I actually think he can do it a little bit more, which is, like I said, is just really exciting, especially when Manchester United get a bit more used to their system, are slightly better at opening up the passing angles. It could really be nice. I think my one criticism of Lisandro Martinez on the ball would actually be I'd just like to see him go a bit longer at times, because he is an excellent long passer. Now, I'm not talking about going long over the top, he does do that a couple of times a game. I'm talking more switch passes out to Antony. Again, it's something that he done very well for Ajax last season in particular. I just think it's something he could do a little bit more. But right now, I really don't want to criticise him too much, because like I said, he is glowing at the moment for Manchester United. He's been absolutely brilliant, and Ten Hag was proven right for signing him. And the media look a little bit silly, because this guy is without doubt a Premier League level centre-back. He is wonderful. He redefines what a centre-back is meant to be, and also credit to him as well actually, not just Ten Hag for signing him, but also credit to Lisandro Martinez. The way that he has adapted to the Premier League in such a short amount of time, in a team that is going through a transition from one style to another, is really impressive, and it is making Ten Hag's life so much easier as the manager. But yeah, for today, that's all I want to say. I'll probably come back to him later on in the season, because hopefully he'll keep putting in good performances and actually keep getting better and better. But yeah, for today, that's all I want to say. Lisandro Martinez has been absolutely brilliant. He helps Manchester United press higher up the pitch. He helps United defend their penalty area. He helps United play their way out from the back. And then he also helps United control, but also progress the ball forward. Not much more you could ask for at this moment in time. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. What are you pleased with? What are the few things you'd like to see a little bit more of? What's disappointing you? Let me know what you think. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video. And as always, I will see you in the next one.